Very warm welcome, all of you. The topic is a very interesting topic. The reason why I'm saying interesting because most of the investors follow investment on those companies which gives either higher dividend yield, bonus, or splits. And I keep getting that question again and again in my webinars. And I thought, let me really do an exhaustive webinar. And this is not the first time I'm doing this webinar. I've done many times webinar on the same topic. And since I keep getting this question, I thought let me make one more attempt to explain investors at large. So, people sometimes ask me, this company is going to declare bonus, should I buy or not? This company is going to declare splits, should I buy or not? This company is offering higher dividend. Now, we all understand there's something company is giving you extra, and hence it should beneficial to you, isn't it? That's what the normal logic is. So I'll explain you with live example how now you should change your investment strategy with the changing time. If you don't change yourself with the changing time, I'm afraid your portfolio will not make money that otherwise it should be making. Okay, and if you don't agree with me, please put down your question in the chat box and I'll be more than happy to answer, clarify each and every doubt that you may have. And you have a right to not to agree with me. We can debate, we can deliberate, and then we can either agree or we disagree. Or at least we can make an attempt to come to a consensus in case if you don't agree with my point of view. So just a small disclaimer before I begin that this webinar is only for an education purpose. Whenever you invest in the equity market, it does carry a little higher amount of risk and past performance should not be construed as a guarantee for future returns. With this, let me tell you that when I started my investment career, I also used to look at a company that pays very high dividend or company that is declaring bonus. And those days splits was not a concept only, I will tell you very frankly, because I started somewhere in maybe 86, 87 or so, I started my investment journey, and those days split is a sabda hi nahi tha. In fact, people were not aware also, forget about this one. The split as a concept came somewhere in 98, 99. And that's what my memory serves me, because otherwise there was no something called splits actually. And people, and rightly so at that point of time, what used to happen is that those companies that declared dividend, there used to be rumor also. This company is going to declare bonus. And based on the rumor, forget about company announcing or not announcing. Based on the rumor, the script would move up substantially high. And but does it really work now? Have we moved? Those days the telephone used to be landline. Even I used to have landline telephone, and at that point of time it was supposed to be the status symbol. Now, how many people do have a telephone line at home? The landline, I'm saying. Very few people now have a mobile. So, if people have graduated from a landline phone to the mobile phone, don't you think you should also graduate from your all thoughts of buying into bonuses, split company, or dividend company? Does this really work now? The answer is no. I'll tell you very upfront, answer is no, and you can definitely argue with me, I have no problem with that. But the answer is no, and I'll give you with a proper example. Now, the first, what should the logic? Why should someone should declare bonus, splits, or dividend? Why company normally declares? There are various reasons. So I'll just jot it down. Some of the reasons, this may not be exhaustive, but it must at least cover 90 to 95% of the possible scenario. Some company will declare bonus or split because those companies are quoting at a very high price. I can understand if Honeywell or Thomas and declare bonus because the price is very, very high, or MRF. So you declare that so that price becomes reasonable and people can buy those stocks. Okay, that's one reason. Number two, when promoters realize that there is not enough floating stock available in the market, maybe bonus and splits can really help to increase the liquidity, and once the liquidity get increased, the price discovery can happen in a much better manner. I'm talking about again when I started my investment career. That time, I don't know whether you're aware or not, but they used to be called lot. In the sense, every company would have either 100 shares, so you can either buy 100 shares or you cannot buy anything. You know that is called. And then there's something called odd lot, where you are supposed to pay lower price while buying, and even when you sell, you will get lower price of the same company. That is called when the lot is 100 shares, and suppose if you own 89 shares, then the price difference. That is called and sometimes people used to do that bonus or split because to buy 100 shares would really cost everyone a huge amount. Today you can buy every lot has become 1 shares now. There's nothing called 50 or 100 shares now, right? Those days used to be there. I'm talking about Hudson Mehta, Ida, and so on and so forth, that time. Now, company used to declare because they want to make the price little lower. Another reason why company will declare bonus or split, because there is a perception. It's a perception, it's not a reality. कि 50 रुपये वाला कंपनी अच्छा है, 500 वाला खराब है. You know, people want to say कुछ सस्ते में दिखाना, सस्ता वाला सही दिखाना. That's a perception. And some companies also used to play with that perception. In this market, very few companies basically fit into this category. And this normally comes from the company, those who are either a large cap company, well managed company, they will fit. But there are many mid and small company, they will try to pay to the gallery here. And they will declare bonus or split, knowing fully that gullible retail investors will go and buy our company, and they will then give away all the shares, and the retail investors will suffer. And that's what happens with most of the time with the mid and small company. A few days back, I was looking at one big half-page advertisement in one of the business newspaper. One company declaring so and so bonus and so and so splits. But when you read the balance sheet, you realize there is nothing in this company. It just wanted attention of the retail investors so that there is a more demand. If there is a more demand, the price goes up. And when price goes up, some vested interest will get an exit at the cost of retail investors. And hence you should be very wary of this block. And the last is a point about company declaring dividend. When they want to distribute excess cash, they would normally declare dividend. Nowadays, if you look at it, some of the good quality companies, they don't declare too much dividend. What they do, if they do have enough surplus in the books, they will give away that surplus through a buyback. And that's more efficient way of returning back the money to the shareholders. Okay, but there was very few concepts. I think buyback was not there at that point of time when I started. Buyback is also a very recent concept. So what is the present situation? ये तो हो गई कल की बात. आज की बात क्या है? The आज की बात is this, that institutional investors or a smart investor or a mature investors, they do not buy company because that company is declaring bonus or splits or going to offer higher dividend. They don't do anything. Why they do? Because people know there is nothing. It's just an optical illusion when company declare bonus or splits and you feel that you have been given better, you have been taken care of that. It's like you go to a bank You go to the cashier and says, I have 2000 rupees note. Can you give me the change of 500 rupees into 4 notes of 500 rupees each? Now what happens? This exactly bonus or splits. So what has happened? You converted 2000 rupees note into 4 notes of 500 rupees each. Does that mean that the value of money has gone up? Previously also it was 2000 rupees. Now also it's 2000 rupees. Only thing what has increased? Number of notes in your pocket. And exactly bonus and split is very, very similar to that. There is no change at all in bonus and split, just a bookkeeping entry. Okay, it's just a bookkeeping entry. And today, investors like me who don't like dividend, why? Because previously dividend was tax-free. It was making a lot of sense to have this. Now dividend is taxable in your hands as per your slab rate. So if I fall under 43% slab rate, I need to pay 100 rupees I earn through dividend, I need to pay 43 rupees to the tax to the government. And hence, I would rather prefer a capital gain which will attract either 15% if it's a short term or 20% if it is a, sorry, I stand corrected. It will attract 15% if it is a short term or 10% if it is a long term, as compared to 43% which I'll pay on the dividend. Okay, so that's the present situation. Otherwise, see today, the likes of Zomato would not have created wealth, likes of Nika would not have created wealth. Why? Because these companies are not going to declare dividend for many years to come. Why? They are not a profit-making company. And if they are not a profit-making company, how can they declare dividend? Am I right? And yet people love this company. For a very simple reason, because people look at the growth. So today, the function of wealth creation is not whether the company declaring bonuses, which used to be the case in the past, no longer. Okay, and hence do not associate now a company that will declare bonus or splits will declare bonus. वो नहीं होना चाहिए, नहीं होने वाला है. I have seen many companies, like look at Avenue Supermarts, which is a company called DMart, which owns DMart stores. Have they declared a single rupee dividend till now? The answer is no. And yet this company created a lot of wealth for the investors by purely because of capital appreciation. Okay, and hence, and see, there is also a new norm which says you want to invest in a company which either do inorganic growth or want to expand their business. Okay. Now the very fact that if you are going to give back a lot of dividend to the shareholder, that means either you don't have any inorganic plan, nor you have any expansion plan. And that is so, how come your top line is going to grow? And if your top line is not going to grow, it hardly make any sense to go for that company then. Am I right? When people will not. And I'll come to the live examples. I'm not going to talk anything in air. I'll prove it with a live examples. So the promoters have become smart, management has become smart and say, okay, let's do buyback. Why? What is the advantage with the buyback? When you do the buyback, you do give back the shares to the investors. You do give back the what we call excess cash to the investors. But in the process, you are reducing the capital of the company. And once you reduce the capital of the company, assume the company reports the same profit, still there will be a growth in earnings. Why? Because your number of shares are reduced. And once your number of shares increase, growth in earnings happens, and growth in earnings coupled with the higher PE, it creates more and more wealth. So today, dividend is out, buyback is in. That's what the new norm is. These are some of the companies which created a lot of wealth in last 3 years, and see how many companies declared bonus and splits. So let me give you a few examples now. Just to drive home the point, what happens when company declare bonus and then क्या होता है? I've taken some of the classical example, company called Dixon Technology, which was MarketMojo was the first one to identify and create a lot of wealth for the investors. Am I right? So I've taken this company, Dixon Technology. This company went ex-split on 18th March. Okay. Now this is the graph from 18th March till today. Look what happened. The company after 18th March was almost in a red. Can you see red portion? It was still in portion in red till here. And somewhere here it started doing well. Now it's up by 20.4% versus Sensex 19.6%. Did it outperform? Yes. As of today, it outperformed. But did it outperform post going ex bonus? No. In other words, if you thought of buying this company thinking that ex bonus mein iska bhav zyada ho jayega, then you incurred the loss. But Dixon is not one example, it's not exception. Let's look at another example of SRF, which gave for one share 4 share bonus. So after 100 शेयर थे उसने 400 शेयर दिया आपको bonus. This graph is adjusted. This company went ex bonus on 13th October, just last month. And look at this company's graph. They have taken price from 12th October to 24th November. The scrip is down by 12% versus Sensex, which is down by only 2%. Did it create wealth for you? The company that declared bonus, answer is no. Another example, Mahindra Life. Why I have taken Mahindra Life? Because real estate companies are in great demand. This company went ex bonus on 15th September. So you look at the graph from 15th September to 24th November. It is today. The Mahindra Life is down by 9% versus Sensex, which is up, just managed to be the same level. Are you getting my point? Now let me give you an example where you are going all wrong. What I've done, I've taken some examples of another price graph, like Aircon International giving 1:1 bonus. Company went ex bonus on 20th May. Okay, somewhere here it must have gone ex bonus. See how the script went up, and then this is all adjusted for the bonus. Price is adjusted. See how the script went down. So you must have bought here somewhere, thinking boss bonus aane wala hai, paisa banega. And then what happened? The market went up. You are basically losing money. And if you look at from 1st January, this price is at the same level. Market went up substantially. You did not make the money. Infibeam Avenue declared bonus 1:1, and one very big investor is always propagate this company. Despite this company declaring bonus on 18th March, which went ex bonus, 18th March 1:1. Look at the graph. Same level. Market jumped up substantially from 1st January. This company has failed to create, and this is a small cap company. And we all know small cap index is up by almost 40-50%. And look at this company, despite declaring bonus, has not given any meaningful returns to the investors. Trio Mercantile, it's a very classical example. This company not only declared bonus but also declared splits. This company went ex bonus on 9th March with ratio of 1:6 and stock split of 10:2. You can imagine how many shares extra you got. And look at this company. The company जो 5.5 के भाव चला था, adjusted price है ये, is quoting at very less than 3 rupees or very close to 3 rupees. In other words, did you make money? The answer is no. I have taken government company, I have taken a very market fancy company like Dixon Technology and so on and so forth. Did not create any customer. So how do you basically identify वो ये company genuine है कि बेवकूफ बनाने वाली company है? Very simple. I give you a few pointers. See, if you are investing in a company, not because of bonus or splits, but you have a strong reasoning, and you invest in that company and that company declare bonus on splits, nothing wrong with that. Or you offer you dividend, nothing wrong with that. But your starting point itself is that this company is declaring bonus and let me buy, or this company is declaring split and let me buy, then I think you are heading towards trouble. And that we should never do that. So how to identify genuine, and sometimes promoters playing to the gallery. I can imagine if MRF, which is quoting at near about 80,000 rupees, declares bonus or split, I can imagine because price is very, very high. or the Honeywell automation quoting in excess of 40,000. Okay. For some companies, where floating stock with the public is maybe 5%, 10% only, and hence they want to have higher price discovery, better price discovery, and they declare bonus split, I can understand. So, as a thumb rule, I'll always give you a thumb rule, and of course, there could be exception in that thumb rule. Any company whose price is less than 250 rupees per share, if that company declares bonus or splits, you should be extremely careful. I'm not saying don't invest in that company, but extremely careful. Your level of vigilance should go up double. There could be, I could smell a red there basically. Why? Because why someone would be quoting at 250 or less than that? There's a reason to come out with the bonus and split. कोई logic ही नहीं उसका. Okay, and this is the way you should look at it. तो if मुझे कोई जब दिखते हैं कंपनी 250 के नीचे भाव पे चल रही है, if company declaring bonus or splits, I will get very, very cautious. I will apply, relook at that company twice before putting even my 100 rupees in that company. Forget about thousands and lakhs, even 100 rupees. Now, coming to the dividend. I know many investors get too much fancied by the higher dividend yield. और एक कंपनी में 9% का डिविडेंड ले, 10% का डिविडेंड ले. But what happens? So you know the Wall Street Journal also has a magazine called Barron's. It's a very highly reputed magazine. And yesterday I was reading that magazine, and there is something called Dogs of the Dow. They call it. What is this theory is that they will invest in the most high dividend in stocks, and then they will look at what is the returns of that company overall, total returns, including dividend income. In the story, the magazine that they published yesterday, they released magazine during weekend. So I happened to read it on Tuesday. So I was late by a couple of days. Normally I get a lot of time on Tuesday to read, because Tuesday I normally take it off. Okay, so yesterday I was reading that, and the study says that 10 highest dividend yielding stocks returned in 2021, that is this year. This includes dividend income also, is only 9%, against which Dow gave 18.3% return and S&P 500 gave 26.7% return. So overall market give double the return. So if you try to chase dividend, high dividend in stocks, your total return is very high that you will lose, you will not make money, you will underperform. In India, we have seen many PSU companies offering very high dividend yield because government wanted to bridge the fiscal deficit, forcing PSU company to declare higher dividend, but they did not make any money. Whether it's a Coal India, NTPC, BPCL, so and so forth. While the company like Avenue Supermart, which I was talking about, created a lot of wealth despite not paying a single rupee dividend, or Tesla in the US. So what I've done, I've taken few examples of dividend yield also. The way I explained you bonus and splits. Let me give you some example. There's a company called Chariot. This company is from manufacturing jute from Kolkata, very cash rich company. So in 2021, they declared a dividend of rupees 175. So now you can imagine a company which is quoting at 1,800 rupees, giving you 175 rupees dividend. मतलब 10% का dividend yield हो गया, am I right? While banks are offering only 3-4%. So what happens? Normally people have an assumption कि dividend खा लेंगे और price वही रहेगा. So this company went ex-dividend on 15 July. So price, have you bought with dividend, your price would have paid 1,800. On 15 July, when you buy, you will not get the dividend. The dividend will go to the someone who already sold to you, because he'll get the dividend. The price fell from 1,800 to 1,553. In other words, decline of 248 rupees. So assume you bought here thinking that my dividend is अच्छा होगा. You got 175 rupees, but you lost 248 rupees. So net what happened? You lost 75 rupees to chase that higher dividend in stock. Is it clear? And I'm giving a live example. 2021. Another example, BPCL. This company is in the news because of disinvestment. Am I right? On 26 May, BPCL announced a dividend of rupees 58 rupees per share. So logically, the script should go up. Am I right? Because जो कंपनी का house hold 71 rupees, उस पे 58 rupees if you declare dividend, I'm getting 12-13% dividend yield. What happened on 27th May? Because this dividend was declared post market hours. The company board meeting के बाद post market hours हुआ था. So next day logically the price should have gone up. Am I right? The price went down by 4 rupees. And forget about price going down. After paying 58 rupees, this script is quoting at 405. Market went up from this level. Did BPCL, despite this investment story, did it go up, moved up? Answer is no. I explained you with Cheviot, I explained you with BPCL. You know these investors, am I right? Warren Buffett. Very, very high regards to him, am I right? If you want to buy this company shares, now you need to pay 3 crore rupees to buy one single share of the company. एक शेयर कंपनी का जो नाम है उसका बर्कशायर हाथवे, A class shares. If you want to buy that share, you need to pay 3 crore rupees. And this company has created a lot of wealth for the investors. But you will be surprised to know that this company has not declared a single bonus, split, or dividend in last 5 decades. 50 साल में उसने 1 रुपया किसी को डिविडेंड ना दिया, split. Still people still love this company. And hence my request to all of you today, if you really want sincere wealth, stop chasing dividend stocks, the high dividend stocks, what I mean by it. Stop chasing split, so stop chasing bonus. If you do that, I'm afraid your overall portfolio will not make money. That Baron did a study, am I right? Dogs of the Dow. And you know what return, total return including dividend, they made only 9% versus Dow, which is went up by 18.2, and S&P 500, which went up by 27%. I don't want you to underperform or lose money in the equity market. And that's besides the reason I'm guiding you. I don't have any reason not to misguide you. So please take it, and if you do, you are not convinced, please ask me. I'll be more than happy to this one. Today, people want to love a smart growth in the top line, and as long as that company does well, we do consider MarketsMojo consider bonus and split. We don't take any consideration. We don't recommend any stocks purely because this company is declaring bonus or split. In our system, we don't have any field only that captures एक कंपनी ने बोनस डिक्लेयर करने वाली है, स्प्लिट करने, तो लेट्स रिकमेंड बाय. वी डोंट डू दैट. ओके, तो बिफोर आई open the floor for question answer, just a summary that I want to tell you. From today onwards, you will buy only those company which has a fundamental reason for you to buy that company. Even if that company if you should buy and that company declare bonus split, you should not get out of that company. I'm not saying that you should get out of that company. As long as the reason why you bought that company continues to be there. So your sole criteria now to invest because that company declared bonus or going to declare bonus and split, let me buy, should never be the factor that you should do that. Once again, thanks a lot for taking time out.